Some composers like to tell stories in their work. Some focus on music as an absolute entity. I've always been attracted, however, to still life images and abstract moods as a catalyst for creating sounds. Of Light and Shadows is one of these pieces. It is essentially a sonata in two contrasting movements that reflect on the interactions between light and light's shadow-creating obstructors. It was the amazing Liz Ames who first approached me about composing a new sonata for saxophone and piano. Liz is passionate about saxophone literature and is one of the most sought-after collaborative pianists for wind instruments in the United States. She has performed my first sonata for sax and piano, Deus Sax Machina, several times with several wonderful saxophonists. Her one stipulation regarding this new sonata was that it contained a substantial slow movement, and that's what I wrote. The first movement, Luminant Shadows, is that slow movement. It is a mostly quiet nocturne in arch form, and it makes lyrical use of some of the unique extended techniques of the saxophone and the extreme ranges of the piano as sort of a shroud to the more traditional materials also contained in the movement. The second movement, Flickering Beams, Perpetual Wind, is a stark contrast to the first movement in that it is a very fast perpetuum mobile. Imagine, if you will, a straightened out cyclone where streams of objects pass a flickering light at rapid and potentially destructive speed as if propelled forward by constant wind. Of Light and Shadows was composed in the summer of 2015 for Liz Ames, who put together a consortium of about 25 saxophonists from around the world to commission this new work. The first performance took place at the 2016 United States Navy Band International Saxophone Symposium that was held at Shenandoah University in Winchester, Virginia, by the extraordinary saxophonist Doug O'Connor and, of course, Liz. After their hair-raising performance at a saxophone festival in March 2016, I decided that Liz and saxophonist Stephen Page would be an ideal pair to record Of Light and Shadows. They have a natural musical chemistry, and on the recording, you will hear their natural temporal ebbs and flows as an ensemble, not to mention their uncanny technical precision as individuals. John Cates engineered this recording, which took place in Bates Recital Hall at the University of Texas at Austin in May 2017. Because of the character of Luminant Shadows, we chose a more ambient approach to the final mix of the work, capturing the natural resonance of the hall. As a centerpiece to the album, Of Light and Shadows really stands out in this regard. of Light and Shadows is featured on my album Light and Shadows, Waves and Time, which will be released on PARMA Recordings' Navona label on April 13th.